Rub-a-dub-dub, so much pain in the tub and in the scroll. Did you see how much pain and suffering it showed us, Timmy?
Pinocchio.
Yes, all the painful pieces seem to be falling into place.
Puppet Man would.
Louise thinks Sheridan is dead, but she is very much alive. Alive and well and sailing into harmony with his long-lost brother.
This is great.
Of course, his sister Teresa is in much worse trouble. She's pregnant with Julian's baby and trying desperately to hide it from Ethan.
Timmy loves this story.
And then there's poor Sam and Grace being torn apart by that dreadful David character who claims to be Grace's first husband but is, in fact, an imposter hired by Ivy.
So,
And then there's Kay. Dear, devious Kay. Cast a spell on Charity and encased her in ice and then replaced her with an exact replica. A zombie Charity, as you put it, to help her with her plan to get Miguel. And Miguel, oh well, that poor boy, he doesn't have a clue. Yeah. Well, what are you looking at?
this book. The puppet who's turned into a real boy.
So?
So? It means it could happen, Princess. Timmy could be turned into a real boy, too.
Tabitha is going to be so surprised when she sees all these decorations.
Well, it's the least we can do to thank her for letting us stay here all this time.
No, you're right. Tabitha's been great. I appreciate everything she's done for our family, but I can't wait to get back into our new house.
Oh, me too. Excuse me.
Yeah. Well, our lives are getting back to normal. As soon as we give Hastings the annulment papers to sign, we can start making plans to get married again. Hey, what's wrong?
Well, I mean, look, Sam, it's so close to Christmas. I just don't know if we should give him the papers right now.
At least you didn't change your mind. You do want your marriage to David annulled.
You know, I don't care what Kay says. I still think she's trying to come between Charity and Miguel. She says she isn't. Do you believe her?
I don't know.
Why isn't Charity helping us with the decorations?
I don't know.
She's been acting so weird lately. You know, like last night when we were at the pond. You know, she snapped at me and then she wouldn't even let me walk her home. Do you have any idea what's going on with her?
Nobody's ever even gonna know that you're not the real Charity. How are they ever gonna guess that you're like some zombie I created by casting a spell? I mean, zombie in the nicest possible way, of course.
Whatever. Did I do what you wanted last night?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you definitely pushed Miguel away. He was really upset when you snapped at him.
Why did you insist on getting out of the car before we reached the house? It's freezing out here, dear.
Well, we've been stuck in the car for hours. I needed some air. Especially after having been locked up in that hotel suite all night.
The handcuffs were your idea, my pet.
Well, since our honeymoon had to be short, I wanted to make it memorable.
Well, you certainly succeeded, my little Christmas cookie.
Oh, speaking of Christmas, I have a surprise for you.
Does it involve pudding?
It could.
Ooh.
To celebrate our first Christmas together as husband and wife, I left word to have the house decorated entirely to my taste. Everything of Ivy's is to be trashed. I always hated what she did with the mansion. She never minded its full potential.
Oh, there's something else Ivy didn't mine the full potential of.
Well, that's what I'm all about, Pookie. Reaching for my potential.
Becky Wecky.
Oh, Julian, take me here. Take me now.
God, where?
The gardener shed.
I'm very D.H. Lawrence.
Thanks, Waldo. All right, Mother, so what is this about? Why did you want to see Teresa and me?
So, Sheila, is this the woman you saw in bed with Mr. Crane?
Yes, this is the woman I told you about on the phone. I saw her with Mr. Crane.
I'll tell you everything, Ethan, just as soon as Pilar and Teresa come in.
What's up with Mrs. Crane?
I don't know, but she's definitely up to something. Ivy knows.
Yes, Teresa. She knows. She knows everything. She knows that Julian is the father of the baby you're carrying.
Oh, God, no.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of the bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
But your life isn't anything like Pinocchio's.
It's exactly the same. Talbot created me, right?
Yes, but I didn't whittle you. I sewed you and stuffed you.
Whatever. Timmy is Talbot's creation, just like Pinocchio was Geppetto's. And Timmy wants to be a real boy, just like Pinocchio.
This is a book, Timmy. This is fiction.
Timmy's been brave, unselfish, and nice. Just like the blue fairy wanted Pinocchio to be in order to turn into a real boy.
Blue fairy, my foot. I'll give you blue fairy. You're living in a fantasy world, lad. No matter how brave and unselfish and nice you are, you will never be turned into a real boy because you're a doll.
Oh!
I must say, I'm disappointed in you, Timmy. We work for the dark side. Have you learned nothing? Our people don't do anything nice for anybody.
Sure they do.
Only if they want something in return. Nobody cares if you're good, Timmy. There won't be any rewards. And you will never be turned into a real boy.
Of course, I want my marriage to David annulled. And you know that, Sam.
Then let's get it over with. Move on with our lives.
Okay. You know, I'll have him sign the papers tonight. And then we can get on with planning getting married again.
Good.
I'm gonna hang Tabitha's wreath. And we can call her down and show her everything we've done.
Before you go, I love you.
I love you too, Sam.
Hello, Grace.
David.
I got your message about the papers and I came straight over.
Oh, good, because, I'd like you to sign them right away.
You're making a big mistake, Grace. You don't want to get an annulment. You still love me.
I know you do.
I don't get it, Jessica. If Kay is still going after Miguel, why would she do something nice for him and Charity? You mean like giving him tickets to the Nutcracker? It just doesn't make sense. I don't know, Simone. You know, maybe it is for real, but I don't know, maybe she has changed. Given up trying to get Miguel away from Charity.
I don't know, Miguel. I don't know what's wrong with her.
Well, she's definitely not acting like herself.
That's because she isn't herself. She's a zombie. Miguel, relax. I mean, everybody knows how much Charity adores you.
She sure isn't acting like it.
Maybe you're just being a little sensitive.
Really? That's sort of what she said.
Well, there you go. And Miguel, just trust in your love for her. And her love for you, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you guys are gonna have a wonderful time at the Nutcracker tonight.
Thanks for giving us those tickets, Kay. And thanks for setting me straight.
Anytime.
I'm gonna go give Charity a kiss. Make tonight a really special night. For the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with.
Tonight is gonna be a special night for the woman you're gonna spend the rest of your life with. Me.
Do you think Mrs. Crane knows Teresa's secret? The one that you won't tell me?
If she does, Chad, I mean, Teresa will be completely destroyed.
Well, if it's what I think it is, Ethan will be destroyed right along with her.
You know, Mother, you said something earlier about a Christmas present. What is it you want to give Teresa and me?
Don't be so eager, Ethan. You'll get your present. Teresa's going to get hers, too. You know, I don't believe you've met the new maid. Sheila?
Yes, Mrs. Crane.
I don't believe you've met my son, Ethan.
Nice to meet you, Sheila.
Nice to meet you, sir.
I can't believe this is happening, Mama.
Ivy has thought of everything.
If that maid that she dragged here says that she saw me in bed with Julian.
Ethan won't blame Ivy for attacking you, Teresa.
Mama, he'll think it's by accident that the maid knows my secret. I'll never suspect that Ivy set me up.
This would have never happened if you hadn't lied to Ethan. You should have been honest from the beginning, Teresa.
Mama, it's too late for that. What am I gonna do?
Teresa? Pilar? Please, come on in. There's things we need to discuss.
Yeah. Let's hear why Mother wanted us to come by.
Okay, we're coming.
You still love me, Grace. That's why it took you so long to get the annulment papers together.
No, annulments take time.
Not if you really want them.
David, you're wrong.
What the hell are you doing here?
Talking to Grace.
Actually, I'm glad you dropped by. The papers are all ready to go. All you have to do is sign them and your marriage to Grace will be over.
Mom, yeah. We're done inside.
Good. Look, you go up and get Tabitha, okay? She's in the attic. Go.
As soon as we surprise Tabitha with the decorations, you'll sign those papers. Grace and I can get on with our lives. As husband and wife.
Listen, if you think you're going to be turned into a real boy for doing something nice or being brave or unselfish, you've got another thing coming.
Jimmy is unselfish, isn't he?
Yes, but this is the new millennium, Timmy. All those goody-goody things went out the window down the tubes. Nobody does anything nice for anyone anymore.
Tabitha?
Oh, yeah. Hello, Jessica,
Who
dear.
were you just talking to just now?
Oh, well, I was just rambling on. This old attic has so many memories for me.
I bet she was talking to her little doll. I told you that doll was
Would you just
alive.
drop it? Yes, Ross, drop it. Nobody is interested in all this nonsense you keep on spouting.
Tabitha is the furthest thing from a witch. She's been so kind to my family.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Anyway, Tabitha, we finished the surprise for you, and we want you to come down and see it.
Oh. Well, I'll be down in a minute, dear.
Hurry.
What kind of inane surprise have the Bennetts come up with now? No doubt more of Grace's tomato soup cake.
The Bennetts just want to thank Tabby for letting them stay here all these months.
Yes, well, cold, hard cash would have been nice.
But Tabby said they didn't have to pay.
I was just being gracious to me. One time I said they didn't have to pay, and they never asked again. Cheapskates. Come on. We better go downstairs and see what they've got in store for us. What surprise!
Oh. Well, afraid we didn't quite make it to the shed. I'm sorry, Pookie.
Yeah, we must schedule another romp al fresco. Remind me to have the gardener roll the lawn. I found it somewhat lumpy.
Well, as long as you didn't find me lumpy.
Oh, not at all, my pet. Soft as a down-filled pillow. What do you say we go up to the house?
I can't wait till you see how I decorated the mansion, starting with the tree.
Oh, yes, deck the halls and all that. Yes, yes.
Ivy always does something dreadful with the tree, fake snow and all that. I want to do something entirely different and new. And... No!
What's wrong?
What? This is it! This is my tree! Oh, excuse me. You over there, aren't you part of the maintenance crew here?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, would you please explain to us what my tree is doing here in the trash?
Mrs. Crane said she wanted it thrown away.
I am Mrs. Crane.
Oh, I didn't, Mrs. Ivy Crane said to toss it.
Oh, that bitch! She cannot do this to me and get away with it.
Teresa, what is going on? What's going on with your mom?
Ivy knows, Whitney.
Knows what?
I'm pregnant.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yes, and she's gonna tell Ethan my secret. It's over. It's all over.
Listen, everybody, before we get started, I would like to introduce Teresa to our new maid. Sheila, this is Teresa Lopez Fitzgerald.
Hi.
Well, Mother, you said something about Christmas presents.
All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da!
Oh, my.
I knew you'd love it.
Yes, you would.
See, now you don't have to spend all those hours putting up your own decorations because we did it for you.
Oh, I don't know what to say. I know what our friends in the basement will say. And it won't be pleasant. Especially with all these awful angels flying around all over the place.
Uh-oh.
Told you so. Oh, my pipes are acting up again. I better go and check on them. I'll be right back.
That doesn't sound like bad pipes.
Look, Ross, if there's one thing I know, it's bad pipes, so back off.
Oh, gosh, guys, it's getting kind of late. If you want to make it to the Nutcracker on time, you better get going.
Girl's up to now. Oh, hold your horses, I'm coming.
So I'll run to my house and jump in the shower, and then I'll come back and pick you up.
Fine. No, Miguel, I really don't think you guys have time to do that. Seriously, if you want to make it on time, you should probably just meet there.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, so, I'll meet you there.
Mm-hmm. Your plan is working perfectly. I know. Miguel's gonna be mine soon. Very soon.
Hello, Timmy. Tonesville girl. Someone has noticed the things you've done, Timmy. And there's a chance you'll get your wish. Christmas wishes can come true. You might be turned into a real boy.
You didn't answer my question, Mother. Why do you want to see us?
Oh, well, I know you weren't formally introduced, but I thought you might remember Sheila.
What?
From the Crane Resort? She was a maid there when you and Teresa visited.
Well, you do look familiar, but I don't know if I can place you. Sorry.
That's all right.
What about you, Teresa? Do you remember Sheila?
This is the last straw, Ivy.
This is perfect. 2 birds with 1 stone. Destroy Julian. At the same time, I'm taking down Teresa.
How dare you have my tree thrown into the trash? How dare you do anything in this house? I am Mrs. Crane now. This is my house now.
What?
You heard me. Julian and I are married. So now that I am mistress of this house...
Oh, the hell you are! I don't care what you call yourself. I am still Mrs. Crane, and this is still my house. But we can discuss all of that later. After all, this is the holiday season. My son and his fiancée are here. I would just like to enjoy the Christmas spirit. You know, I'm really glad we're all here, actually. You know, come to think of it, the last time that Ethan and Teresa and Julian were together was down on the island at the Crane Resort.
Yes, I suppose it was.
What about you, Julian? You remember Sheila, don't you?
She does seem somewhat familiar.
Well, Julian.
Well, I vaguely remember her from the resort.
It's over, Mom. I'm gonna lose Ethan forever.
No, Mia. It's not over yet. Look, since you're going to be working at the mansion, Sheila, you may as well know everyone's story.
Pilar, really, that isn't necessary.
This won't take long, Mrs. Crane. Have you ever loved someone with all your heart? Someone you would have done anything for? Yes, I have.
Pilar.
Then you have something in common with my daughter. See, Teresa loves Ethan very much.
I love her.
Teresa went down to the island to talk to Mr. Crane about reinstating Ethan into the family. You see, he really isn't a Crane.
I read about that.
Teresa was accused of leaking the story to the tabloid. But it wasn't her fault.
Pilar, just where are you going with this? Because it's hardly keeping with the holiday spirit.
And when Teresa got down to the island, Julian got her drunk.
I must say, I object to your characterizing it that way.
And somehow, by mistake, by some tragic mistake, my Teresa married Julian Crane. And she was so drunk that she thought she was actually marrying Ethan. Chloe. So you see, she had no idea she had married Julian.
The idea of airing family secrets in front of the help.
I only want Sheila to understand the people she will be working for.
Well, does she understand who signs her checks?
Teresa loves Ethan more than anything. She would never hurt him, ever. They're to be married very soon. They have their whole lives ahead of them. You do understand what I'm saying, don't you?
I think so.
Well, if Pilar has finished her story, then perhaps Sheila has a story or two of her own to share.
Well, I, for one, have had enough of stories.
What about it, Sheila? Do you remember seeing Teresa with anyone down in the resort?
You really mean it? Timmy could be a real boy?
No, Timmy. You will never be a flesh and blood boy. I won't allow it. Get out of here. I created Timmy. He's mine.
We are all God's creations.
No! Damn you! Don't you ever come back here. Never!
There is hope, Timmy. There is hope.
Just sign on the X's.
You said you wanted to make me happy. This will make me happy. My life is with Sam and our children.
I do want to make you happy, Grace.
Then sign.
I don't sign anything without reading it first.
It's a simple, straightforward annulment.
I'm sure it is. But I still don't sign anything without reading it first.
Stalling.
I'm protecting my interests and Grace's. I don't want to do anything rash.
Look, Sam, it's all right. Just...
No, it isn't.
David, why don't you just take that with you and drop it back by later, all right?
Okay, I'll do that.
Grace, what was that all about? Why didn't you just get him to sign the papers and get it over with right now?
Look, Sam, it's Christmas. I mean, this is hard for David.
You're too nice. Look, I have a bad feeling about this guy. A very bad feeling.
I don't remember seeing Teresa at the resort.
I would like you to really think about this, Sheila.
I have, Mrs. Crane.
Are you positive?
Yes, I am.
Mother, is there a problem?
No. No, I just need to have a word with Sheila alone.
You're wonderful. Mama, what you said made Sheila see how deeply I love Ethan.
I still disapprove of you lying. You have to tell Ethan the truth. I have work to do, but I want you to be honest with Ethan. It's only right that he knows everything, Teresa. And it's your only hope of keeping him.
It's not my only hope, Mom.
What just happened here?
Well, would that I knew, but it's beyond my ken. All I know is that ever since Ivy's accident, her behavior's been quite bizarre.
Well, I'm going to have a few words with her, make sure she knows who the woman of the house is.
Oh, you are, of course, my little pet. We'll deal with Ivy later. What do you say we continue our honeymoon? We've not yet made love in this house. As husband and wife, I mean.
Oh, yes, and there's so many rooms, so little time.
Cool.
I am very disappointed in you, Sheila.
I know.
I was counting on you.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Crane. It's just that I could tell how much Teresa loves Ethan. I could see it in her eyes.
Well, that is the last thing you will see in this country. You are going back to the island and you're flying coach.
Mother, are you ever going to tell us why you wanted to see Teresa and me? And what's going on?
Your plan is too cruel, Ivy.
Cruel? It's a present. It's my Christmas present to Grace. And you will do what I say, David. I want Sam.
I'm sorry, Grace. I'm sorry for all the pain I'm going to cause you.
Stop this, Tim. Just stop thinking about being a real boy. It can't happen.
Can't you?
What was that?
Nothing.
You're my doll. And that's that.
What is it, Princess?
Charity. Charity!
Yeah?
Well, why aren't you at the Nutcracker with Miguel, dear?
I don't feel well.
Oh.
Kay's going with him instead.
Oh. Oh, yes, that's right. Well, feel better. It's working, Timmy. Kay's plan is working. You could learn a lot from that girl. She's embraced the ways of the dark side, taken to it like a raft to the rapids. She'll get anything she wants, that girl. Charity and Miguel will be torn apart. Oh. Come on.
Kay,
Hey,
what are you doing here?
I knew you were going to be disappointed. Charity wasn't feeling well, so she gave me her ticket.
What's wrong with her?
Oh, I don't know. She just said she felt a little under the weather.
I should go check on her.
No, Miguel, she's sleeping by now. Besides, she felt really, really bad about missing the show. She said she just wanted you to enjoy yourself.
Okay, well, if that's what Charity wants, then let's enjoy ourselves. Have a good time. For Charity.
Well, who else?
Oh, Santa, hear my plea.
Things couldn't be better, Becky.
I wholeheartedly concur.
I mean, I'm married to a sensuous woman who understands my needs, my appetites. At the same time, I divorced a monster. Oh,
Yes, once we get Ivy out of the mansion, everything will be better.
oh, that will make everything better.
Well, she's become just so much more than a nuisance, wouldn't you say?
Well, she's insufferable. Thank God we pulled it off. To think of all the things that could have gone wrong but didn't. I think Father's happy with me. My annulment to Teresa got done without a hitch.
Yes, it did. And you are so lucky you never took that girl to bed, Julian. I mean, if Teresa had become pregnant, you would have a horrible time getting out of that marriage. You know she would have gone after you for alimony and for child support. Not to mention Ethan and Luis. They would have killed you without a second thought.
Yes, I'd be turning up daisies. A toast.
To what?
To my good luck. And that Teresa isn't pregnant.
Well, Mother, what is it?
I wanted you and Teresa to stop by so that I could give you this check. It's to the children's home. That was Sheridan's charity, but with Sheridan gone, I thought perhaps you'd like to give it to them.
Definitely. It's a beautiful thought. Thank you for thinking of us.
Always.
Well, I guess we better get going before the children's home closes. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
I know your secret. You're hurting me. My plan to expose you may have failed, but I won't have to wait long for Ethan to find out you were pregnant. Your belly will give you away. Now, how are you going to explain that to Ethan?
Teresa, what was Ivy talking to you about? I've made my decision, Whitney. Teresa, you're not going to go through with this just because it's the only way I can keep Ethan.